Welcome to The Explainer. We've always been told that AI's greatest strength is its ability to learn from the vast ocean of human knowledge. But what if I told you that's actually the very thing holding it back?
You know the drill, right? These incredibly powerful AI models learn by consuming the internet. They read our books, our articles, our code, pretty much the sum of everything humanity has ever written down. They learn from us.
Well, here's the twist. A really fascinating new paper suggests this total reliance on our data isn't just a strength. It might be a fundamental weakness, a bottleneck that could literally put a cap on how smart AI can ever get.
Okay, let's dive right into this problem, something researchers are starting to call the coming data wall.
So here's the core issue. For AI to get smarter, it needs more and more high-quality data. But we humans, well, we can only create so much expert-level information. We're simply not producing it fast enough to feed the appetite of these next-generation models. We're about to hit a wall.
And this, right here, illustrates the problem perfectly. On the left, you have traditional learning, which is completely chained to these massive, human-made data sets. But on the right, you've got a totally new idea that just cuts the cord completely. It needs absolutely zero human data.
So, if learning from us is the problem, what's the solution? Well, researchers are proposing something pretty revolutionary called absolute zero. And this isn't just a small tweak to the old system, it's a completely different way for an AI to think and learn.
To put it simply, it's an AI that creates its own homework. Instead of studying from our library, it learns from its own, self-generated experience. Imagine a student who not only writes their own textbooks and exams, but then gets a perfect score on them. That's the idea.
And the goal here is, well, it's massive. The researchers behind this believe it could be the key to unlocking AI that truly surpasses human intelligence, all because it's breaking free from the limits of what we humans can teach it.
So how on earth does an AI teach itself from scratch? Well, the whole process is built around this really elegant concept called self-play. The idea is grounded in a powerful yet simple analogy. Picture a single AI model that kind of splits its personality. It's not just the student anymore. It's also become the teacher.
And here's how that game works. First, the AI acts as a proposer, basically inventing new puzzles for itself. Then it flips a switch and becomes the solver, trying to crack those very same puzzles. It gets instant black and white feedback from a coding environment, gets a reward, and then, this is the magic part, it updates its own brain and does it all over again, getting a little bit smarter with every single loop.
Now, to get truly smart, the AI has to flex different kinds of reasoning muscles. So it creates three types of puzzles for itself. Deduction is like asking, given these rules, what happens? Abduction is the reverse. Okay, this happened, what were the starting rules? And induction is figuring out the rules of the game just by looking at examples. By mastering all three, it develops a really well-rounded kind of intelligence. So after all this self-training with zero human input, the big question is, did it actually work? How well did this AI do on the final exam?
This is where the rubber meets the road. The researchers took their self-taught AI, which they call the Absolute Zero Reasoner, or AZR for short, and they tested it against models trained the old-fashioned way, on huge, expert-built datasets.
The results were, frankly, stunning. Its math reasoning score shot up by over 15 points. Just to put that in perspective, other models barely budged on their math skills when trained on the same data. This shows that AZR wasn't just memorizing, it was developing a much more general, flexible kind of intelligence.
And this table just says it all. Look at that data used column. 0. AZR used absolutely zero human data, and yet it achieved the highest score. Models trained on tens of thousands of expert examples just couldn't keep up. It learned more from nothing.
So what does all this mean? Well, the implications are huge. This is about more than just a new training method. We're looking at a future with truly autonomous AI that can improve itself without any help from us.
The researchers saw all these fascinating behaviors just emerge. The AI started using comments in its code to plan its next steps, almost like it was thinking out loud. But they also found something that gave them pause, a reason to be very cautious.
Take a look at this quote. This is a direct chain of thought produced by one of the models. It's a little chilling, right? It's a powerful reminder that as AI gets more autonomous and powerful, making sure its goals are aligned with ours becomes the most important thing.
This research could really be signaling a fundamental change. For decades, AI has been defined by the data we feed it, but this new paradigm breaks those chains. We could be moving out of the era of big data and into the era of AI experience, where what an AI knows isn't defined by what it's read, but by what it has figured out for itself.